that life. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga, that nigga ain't about that life. 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 That nigga ain't about that. That nigga ain't about that life. 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 That nigga, hey. That nigga ain't about that life. He ain't never been. That nigga ain't about that life. I fucked his fucking wife. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about that life. He ain't never shot no gun. He ain't never sold no dope. He ain't never did the things he talk about on the track. That nigga ain't seen no bird. That nigga ain't sold no weed. That nigga ain't smoked no tree. That nigga ain't got turned up like me. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about that life. I'm telling you the truth. I'm ACE. I'm the truth in the booth. How the fuck do I do what I motherfucking do? I don't even know. Nashville, Tennessee, my crew. Hey, MOE my shit. GD my fam, nigga. I throw up the pitchfork cause I don't give a damn, nigga. You ain't about that life. You ain't never pulled the trigger. You ain't about that life. You ain't no hood figure. Nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about that life. I don't give a damn, nigga. You ain't about that life. You say the wrong thing, I have to indict. That nigga ain't about that life. I'm gonna say goodnight. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about his life. He ain't talking about shit. I'm gonna end his life. He talking quick. That nigga ain't about that life. I swear to God he ain't. I'm 7-4 GD. Fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck. These hollow tips you get. That nigga ain't about that life. I have to legit. I'm too legit, too quick. I'm ACE, bitch. You don't want to see me. I'm motherfucking lunatic. I don't give a fuck, dude. Straight jacket crazy, bro. Hollow tips you get. Shoot you in your guts, bro. Nigga ain't about the life. I leave your intestines in the fucking street. You better off resting. A nigga ain't about that life. I make this fucking money. This money so damn funny. It make me run like an Easter bunny. That nigga ain't about that life. Call it Easter egg hunting. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about that life. He ain't never sold no dope. He ain't never seen no birds. He ain't never sold no weed. Man, fuck what you heard. That nigga ain't about that life. Huh? That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't nothing that life. He ain't never seen no birds. He ain't never sold no weed. He ain't never popped the trigger. Man, he ain't me. That nigga ain't about that life. 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 He ain't never sold no bird. He ain't never sold no tree. He ain't never popped the trigger. Man, that nigga ain't me. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about that life. That nigga ain't about that life.